My name is Tom Mee. I am the Chief Executive Officer of North Country Healthcare in Coos County, New Hampshire. I have resided in this position for 6 years and 2 weeks. And I was recruited to this position. It's a brand new healthcare system. Recruited to this position beginning 7 years ago when I received a call that said, how would you like to start an integrated health system from scratch? And it was a very unique opportunity for me. I had never worked a day of my life in rural medicine until I pursued this opportunity, but they wanted somebody with system experience. And it was an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. I am licensed as a registered nurse. I became a registered nurse to become a hospital CEO. So somewhat of an unusual track, but that's the one that's worked for me. Oh, including this 15 years. We live in a very isolated area. Coos County, New Hampshire is not only not very populated, we have 18 people per square mile, but it's a harsh environment. It is in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, and it takes a special kind of person to want to live in an environment like that. If you don't hunt, fish, ski, or snowmobile, chances are you're not going to have much interest in the in the North Country. So, finding the right fit is really a challenge. And what we noticed pretty quickly is that recruitment isn't a one-person ordeal. You're recruiting them and their significant other. And especially as it relates to our ability to recruit providers, we found that investing as much effort in a significant other was as fruitful as it was investing in a candidate. I think it impacts us favorably. It makes us grow tighter. I'm part of a team where we are fiercely aligned in pursuit of our mission of high reliability for this healthcare system, and it creates a very resilient workforce, whether you're the CEO or whether or not you're preparing our food. People here are used to resiliency, and I think that the challenge that we face together really drawn us together, and we're a stronger team as a result of that. Yeah, we have found that especially for recruiting executives at cabinet positions, um, I have it's not a unique approach to leadership, but I spend a lot of time on the front end, making sure that I've identified the right candidate. I certainly don't want to do this again, but I'm also not in a position to micromanage. So I spend a lot of time investing in subject matter experts so I don't have to. The goal then becomes hire them, empower them, and get out of their way. And with PX Medical, I think that the time that you and I invested in learning about me and my leadership style, so it wasn't even as much about the position, but you invested a lot of time in what I was expecting individually of this position. And I think that cut a significant amount of time out of the equation because you knew what I was looking for. Just other retained searches with varying degrees of success. Well, the unknown. You and I had never worked together before. It was really kind of happenstance as this, you were reaching out to Mike Lee at the time and found out he wasn't there. So, yeah, it was interesting. Well, it's just expensive, and it is what it is. That's the cost of doing business. But if I get the right candidate, then it's in the long run, it's a cost savings for me. No, other than the fact that we had no track record. But I liked you, and we had a conversation, and quite frankly, this begins with an interpersonal, exchange. And I liked your approach, and I liked your style, and I liked the time that you invested in learning what I was looking for. Well, one is clearly that the time that you spent learning what my expectations were and what my leadership style. And the other thing that we discussed is I don't know if those videos are unique in your industry at all, but they were immensely helpful for not only me, but the cabinet members that were interviewing, in this case, their peer. That video snippet was a really, really good idea, and it cut a lot of time. You can read a transcript, but none of it is like looking at that video and getting a sense of who they are. Well, it was easy. I've only dealt with a couple of, I came from the McLaren system, so we didn't do any retain searches there. But when I came here, it was fairly common. So my first experience was with Kiefer. It was okay, underwhelming. Um, but I really liked your approach. It was much more personal than what I got from them, and very happy with the result. In the emails, when you would send me a candidate, maybe you thought this is a little thing, but your opinion was basically how they would work with me. And I've never seen that level of involvement from a retained search consultant before. So it was very much appreciated. Yeah, you made comments about uh, how did you put it? That they were punching out of their weight class. That this might be a big ambitious movement for them. I find that most consultants in your position are hesitant to be critical of the candidates that they're forwarding. I mean, it's all cookies and cream coming from others. But you were good. I mean, you identified where there were opportunities for improvement. We engaged in a relationship. It was successful. I liked working with you, and I think other clients would appreciate your services as well. I knew you were going to ask that, and I can't. I mean, yeah, I could say it could be cheaper, but that would be a joke, because I know it's the cost of doing business. I can't pinpoint anything that you could have done better. It was outstanding service from beginning to the end.
Wow, thank you.
And it was quick. It was quick. I mean, you began forwarding me candidates within days after we engaged, so it was very quick. Well, she starts Monday, so time will tell.
Sure.
She arrived here today, by the way. I think it's going to be a good fit. I think that with your input, and we put her through the ringer here, I'm sure she shared that with you. Um, we spend an incredible amount of time making sure it's the right fit. I am much less concerned about competencies and more concerned about cultural fit. And because I can give people competencies, but I can't make them fit. And that's where Angie's going to shine, I think. Great. I mean, I'm not sure how to answer that beyond that. I think it's still fresh. I mean, I feel like you're a guy that I could pick up the phone and contact if I had a question in this regard. And I certainly wouldn't hesitate to send referrals your way. Yeah, absolutely. I think that you've carved out this niche in rural medicine, and I feel like when you're dealing with the Whit Kiefers of the world, that you're a small fish, and you made me feel like a valued client from the beginning, irrespective of the size of my system. I don't think so, because I think I've already asked you everything I needed to know. I can't think of anything that comes to mind.